If you want to heal your life, you have to heal your planetary correspondences. So, what I mean by this is that most people have some kind of issue in their life. They have issues maybe with their masculine or their feminine. Maybe they struggle in their love life. Maybe they struggle with money. Well, typically, astrologers can see this in someone's birth chart. They can look at someone's chart and they can see afflictions. They can see planets in fall, and they can see planets in houses they don't like. They can see these issues playing out in real time in your chart. So, one of the ways that you can satiate planets, or you can like correct that issue, like let's say Venus is in a sign she doesn't like, and that can like affect your love life, or maybe it's too close to the sun and then it's combust and then that affects your life. So, finding out which planets in your chart are afflicted or in fall, finding out like what their issue is, and then appeasing that planet is really good idea. Like, for example, if you have like a weak Mars, like it might be advantageous for you to like start to bring in Mars energy into your life, like a sigil or like Mars colors or symbols of Mars if you have an afflicted Mars, or even do planetary magic on the day of Mars. Like on a Tuesday, do something for Mars. If you, like for me, I have a combust Venus. I have a Venus that's combust. It's like literally 2 degrees from the sun, which means like my Venus struggles. And I have a moon in fall, so like my emotional and home life, whatever, like it's like repressed. So like I can't change my moon sign. I can't like not be a Capricorn moon. Like that's my Western, and Eastern it's different, and Vedic it's different. But if you find out which planets are afflicted, like, so I used to have an issue with the Vedic versus Western astrology. Like I used to get like really hung up about which one was right and which one was more accurate. But it's like really weird because I feel like when I'm in my like Eastern mindset, everything like applies. Or if I feel like if I were to travel east, like it applies more to me, my birth chart, my Vedic birth chart. It's the more psychological, like predictive part too. Now with Western astrology, I feel like it's way more relevant for people who are Western minded sometimes. Like where your mind is typically, I feel like it's just more accurate. This is my perspective. I feel like people who are Western will often find their Western chart more accurate. But I also feel it's it's really relevant for day-to-day life. It also, you can find everything in both systems. I just feel like it's better to use whole sign systems, but that's just me. I know there are like a bunch of other systems people like, but like my favorite astrology systems are, I really like Hellenistic, Babylonian, and Vedic astrology. Like Babylonia is so cool because you can see these like crazy karmic interactions, and you can see like asteroids and like constellations, and they have all these sort of like predictive things about it, like omens, and I think that's really cool. Hellenistic just seems to be really accurate, and Vedic is just such a full like system, and they've preserved their system so well because they just like, India is one of the places in the world that like hasn't been as soiled by like when the Abrahamic religions were just like fighting over the world. They didn't really get touched as much, so they still have like preserved astrology systems. Like obviously the Arabs were doing it like before a lot of people were doing it, but like I don't know their system, and I don't know how accurate it is because I haven't used it. But I'm not gonna say it's bad because I don't know. So based on these systems, like pick a system or use like Vedic and Babylonian or something, or contact an astrologer and figure out which of your planets are in fall. Figure out what planets are in houses they don't like, or like if you have any planets close to the sun. Like you're trying to figure out the status of your planets. Like, are they good? You know? So once you figure that out, you're going to try to help the planets, because the planets are not, I don't care like what people say about like Saturn and people say about Mars, like they are not, people call them malefics because they bring in harsh things. But Saturn brings in lessons like a grumpy grandpa and structure, and like we need that, or else we're just floating in outer space. And Mars brings action and passion and drive. So like he's not bad either. It's just that everything has a positive and negative. But they aren't like this evil force in your chart. Like all the planets are working together to try to like teach you your lessons and help you. Like they're working hard for you. Just like your body. Like don't hate your body because your body is working hard for you. But it's the same thing with the planets. So you can actually like find out what your planets are doing and like do something to ease these planets. Like ease your planet somehow. Give it what it wants. Whether it's honoring it or like bringing that into your life. Like Venus, if you have an affliction, you can like wear white on Fridays. Like just little things like this, or like put flowers in your house that day. So this is like, I feel like in our modern society, like we don't have gurus to help us with this. But like in the future, when spirituality is like more regimented and more systemized, I really think that we'll have like gurus that like write spiritual prescriptions. Like okay, so you have racing thoughts, like this mantra for you. Or like eat more butter and like grounding foods because you have too much anxiety. I mean, it's basically Ayurveda, but anyway, with a spiritual twist. So just like try this out because I feel like it's helping me like with my afflicted planets. Some people move to their astrocartography lines. That's like not a possibility because like I'd have to move overseas to get near my Venus line, but I've seen it in action. It really does help people when they move on their lines. But it doesn't like make your problems go away. It just brings out the energy of that line. And that's another thing people they demonize Mars line and Saturn line. Those lines are hard. I was born on my Mars line, and I like my home, my family is on my Mars line. It's like strife, right? Like hardship. But it doesn't mean that it's bad. Like it'll, if you go to those lines, it might like inspire you. Like if you go to Mars line, you might be like really inspired and like all of a sudden have drive and energy and ready to start things. If you go to a Saturn line, it might actually help you like study. So it'd be a good place to go for like maybe if you're going to med school or something. So like working with the planets and understanding the planets, it really does help your life. And like they've known this in Vedic astrology and then also in like Western occultism through like planetary magic. But I just don't feel like it's talked about as much, and it should like be more popularized so like people can actually use it.